The Kauma Sneha, we request your parents to join you.
Hello everyone, my name is Lakshan. I went to an exchange to Brazil. My Rose Club was Rotary Club of Coimbatore Galaxy and my sponsor club was Rotary Club of Linz. And 13th August, I started my exchange. Before starting my exchange, I was like so brave and so involvement. But when I was at the airport, I almost cried. My legs were shaking to get into the plane. On 14th August, I reached São José do Rio Preto, and in the first slide, it was the Rotary Club of Sao Paulo, the chairman of the Sao Paulo. They received me at the Sao Paulo, and we had to change the connecting flight. It was like 40 kilometers, and she helped me and Shambhavi to go for an domestic airport, and that was my host family, first and second host families. They came to receive me. And it was my first food. And me and Shami was at the airport and looking at the menu card what we are going to eat. And we can understand nothing because it was in Portuguese. So, and suddenly I saw pasta. So I ordered like banana pasta. Actually, this is banana pasta. I never saw pasta like this. It was like so awful to eat. It was so sweet and it was no salt. And I can't eat anything. I was like almost vomited and the second thing is like it's in Guarana. It's a famous drink in Brazil. This was my first day at the school, which I will be never forgotten. Brazilian peoples will always wants to talk to you. Will always wants to play with you. They always want to ask questions about India. They always want to ask questions about India because they they had a serial like a novel in the television series like 4 to 5 years back. So it was like it's about the Indian who got child marriage and do everything. So when I was on the first day at school, everyone asked me like, you are married, are you married, are you supposed to marry this girl, or it's like compulsory you have to marry this girl, or you compulsory you have to get married. I was asking, why are you asking about marry? I'm not married, I'm only 16 years old. And they said it was like a novel. So the novel only decides. You have to, the rotary outtakes and outbounds have to make the India proud. They still think India is like going to a school in an elephant. See, they asked me a question, you go to school in an elephant. So I was like, wow, yeah, a lot of cars in India. The population is 2.2 billion. And this was a first week orientation meeting. Like me, I 1 week video orientation meeting. And this was a governor and Portuguese class. And we visited the Olympia, famous theme park with the exchange students. And it was my second host family. They were so cool. And I was like, I had some problems with my first host family, so I changed in within 1 month. And they hosted me like 5 months. And they were so cool. And they will be like your own parents. They will not see you like another rotary youth exchange student. They will wake you up. They will cook food for you. If you want to go for some classes, they will take you. If you want to go to hang out with your friends, they will help you to lot of do things. And I had like some problems with my currency. They helped me a lot. And it is an Interact project. In Brazil, in Rotary, the famous is Interact. Why it is famous? Because of the projects they do. They involve a lot of projects and they involve with the Rotary Club and they do a lot of projects. There's a polio and Amanyani dosi with this like we made sweets and we sold it in the supermarket. And what makes famous in Brazil is Intragindo. So what does that means? It means like a one-day program where all the Rotary Interact clubs will assemble in a one hall. It will be like 1,500 students of Interact students in one hall, and they will they will sing, they will dance, they will have a meeting, they will have a ramp walk, they will have a party, and it will be so cool. So I think 3 or 4 members outbounds going for Brazil. Please involve with your Interact club. They are going to make your offer for exchange is going to be with your Interact club who is going to Brazil. Go to a lot of events like Interagindo. EDIC is like, it's also like Interagindo. Like all the Interact clubs comes at one place. But what has been EDIC is, it's special means it's like 2 days. Interagindo is 1 day and EDIC is 2 days. And new people, it is my school and we have to go to school and each class and explain what is Rotary, what is Interact, what is Rotary Youth Exchange. So it was like a proud moment to represent India in every class members. And it was a whole day home visit. And this was my Rotary Club de Lins. It was like host club and he's the president and he's my official. Everybody in the Brazil is super ultra cool. He plays football with me. He plays PS4 with me. He's like a super cool. He helps a lot of things to me. And this is my photos with the Rotary Club of people. And we visited the Santa Fe do Sul. It's my governor's city. So we had a trip to that where we first met the outbounds in the Brazil. And this was a northeast trip. We went to Brasilia, Nova Grano, Linzóis, Natal, Victoria, and really a lot of places. And this was an Amazon trip at the April, where we stayed in the boat for a week and went to all the places and see wild animals. And this was my Theodore's family. My Theodore's family was like very busy family because my father, he is the vice mayor of the city and he has a radio station and he is a commentator of the bull rider. The bull rider, you have to sit on the bull and you have to be on the 8 seconds on the bull goes up and down. And this is my president of the city and vice president of the city. He is the father of mine. And this is a bull rider. My father is a commentator and that place is where the bull comes out and the player has to sit in the bull for 8 seconds.
Ravi Selvan sir, who has developed this program to this level and given it to us. We would like to take it to a much higher level as much as possible, sir. And also my senior chairman, Ramanathan sir. Okay, he was here, he just left. Thank you, sir.
Experience in France.
I wish a pleasant evening to one and all present here. I'll be presenting my year in France for the next 3 minutes, and thank you for lending your ears. So, this was my first photo as an exchange student. I had a really warm welcome at Charles de Gaulle Airport, Paris. My host family was there, and it has truly been the best year of my life. And they were really right in doing that. This was my town, Senlis, in the north of France. It is in the suburbs of Paris, and it is a medieval old town with a population of 40,000 people. I went to school in Senlis. Rotary Club of Senlis. Rotary Club of Senlis hosted me for the 10 months I was in France, and these are the photos I have taken with Rotary Club of Senlis. The person in the bottom right, he was my counselor. He was there to personally ensure that I had a really good time in France. And the one above him, he was my French teacher. He personally taught me every single word I know in French today. It's thanks to him. Lycée Hugh Capet. I spent 10 months as a student of Lycée Hugh Capet. This was my class, Premier LB, which is the equivalent of 11th in France. And they were all really cool people. They were not so curious about India. They had no absolute knowledge about it. And I had to keep drilling them with the facts about India and keep reminding them about things that happened here. And they were really friendly. And by the end of the year, we were in tears as we left. These are two of my best friends from my class. The first two friends I had made in France, and we practically hanged out all the time together. My first host family. My host mom, Sandra, over there, she worked in Air France, and my host dad, he worked with the films. So he got to meet a lot of cool people in the film industry in France. He knew all the big shots in there, and I find it a cool job to do. I lived with my host family in the town of Montgrison, as I have shown in the map over there. It's a small village near Senlis, and it has a population of 500 people. I have lots and lots of memories to share with my host family. The one on the top left, that's my home house. It's a really super cool house. You should all definitely go there. And the photo on the right, that's with my host brothers. The big one is Batiste. He was 15 years old, and he's this taller than me. And the other one is Yakin, who's 7 years old, and he's really cute. I spent 5 months in their house. I celebrated Diwali with them. I celebrated Christmas with them, and it was a really good experience. They treated me as one of their own children. My second host family. My second host family hailed from the west of France, and they had settled in the town where I was living. And their son, who is in the middle of the photo, he was studying in the same school as I was, but he was 1 grade older than me. The top photo is the house I lived in their town, and you can see the town on the map, which is below Senlis. And they were the ones to take me first to Paris. I had been to France for 2 months, and I hadn't been to Paris, and they were the ones who took me first, and they took me to all the popular places such as Eiffel Tower, Bateau Mouche, and all them. My third host family. This was my third and last host family. Both the parents were entrepreneurs, and they owned a firm known as Esprit Nordique. They sold all the traditional dress of Sweden, Finland, and Norway. And they were the ones who hosted me till the end of my exchange. I have so many memories with my third host family because I got to celebrate my 18th birthday with my third host family, and it was a really special moment. I least of all expected any surprises because I had to write an exam in French that day because I was taking a diploma in French. And after I came back, I was tired and I went to sleep. And they woke me up and they surprised me with a cake, and it was really fun. I myself had forgotten that it was my birthday till they reminded me of it. Rotary District 1770. These are my friends, and they are simply amazing people. I have the most number of photos I have is with these people. We celebrated Christmas together. We had so much fun, and they come from 26 different countries, so they are a really nice group of people. I got to know different cultures. We had lots of events which we did in common with Rotary. And I wish that I had gotten more time to spend with these people because 10 months is not enough time to get to know and get to settle down. And just when you settle down, you have to come back home. It's a bit sad though. I would like to also take my time to explain about the bus trips. In France, there are 3 different bus trips, and the first one is Mont Saint-Michel. This is a bus trip to the northwestern part of France, and every single district in France is invited to this bus trip. So we practically get to see every single exchange student who has come to France. So I also saw 3 different people from my district who had taken part in this bus trip. You can see all the photos there. We are all smiles, all fun. There was no limit to laughter over there. Rotary also had given us the chance to be in a party together because in France, we are not allowed to go to any parties or anything with our host families, and so it was really good. And the one in the bottom right, I had to search for 2 hours to find Indian when I first got into Mont Saint-Michel because there were absolutely no Indians in there, and it is really sad to know that there are very few exchange students from India. My second bus trip, it was from Paris to Barcelona, and we did it by bus. We passed through different towns in France, and we had gone through Toulouse, and we ended up staying 3 days in Barcelona. It was a really cool bus trip, but it didn't have as many people as we had in Mont Saint-Michel. You can see the Eiffel Tower, photo in front of the Eiffel Tower is a classic photo which everybody has to take in France. And we all had so much fun. We visited Sagrada Familia and many other famous monuments in Brazil. Barcelona, I'm sorry. The Euro Tour. This was the last tour. This was for 13 days, and we visited 5 countries in the gap of 13 days. We started our tour from Paris, and it was a round trip all the way to Germany, Czech Republic, um, Austria, Italy, and back to France again. We had so much time together, and I really wish that I had gotten to spend more time with these amazing people that I met, because 13 days, there were people from other districts who had become, we met as strangers and became family in 13 days. And 13 days is not enough for people to really bond or really cherish. And I really love this bus trip. I don't have words to describe the feeling that I'm getting now to think about all those super cool days that I have spent with them. My international friends. I have friends from all of these countries. I counted them, and they are from 33 different countries. And now, I get a reason to visit practically every single country on this list, because I'm just visiting friends. I'm just visiting friends at their home, so that gives me enough motivation to go and see and visit all these countries. So I would like to really thank you, Rotary Club of Sonlis, Rotary Club of Coimbatore West, Rotary District 32101, Pandian Uncle, my parents, and all of you all for your support. It was a truly amazing experience, and it does live up to its expectation of life in 1 year. Thank you very much.
We call upon Rotarian Sri Pranavi and her family, who has visited Czech Republic. Ashwata, who will go to France. Her parents are Rotarian Palaniyappan and Rotary and Shanmugapriya. Rotary Club of Coimbatore Midtown is sponsoring her. Rotary Youth Exchange runs in the blood of Kritika, is Rotary and Valiyamme. She will be the first student to go to Argentina. Rotary Club of Coimbatore Satellite will sponsor her. Here is another Rotary Youth Exchange student who went to Canada in early 80s who wants to send his son to the same program now. Manu Ishwar will go to Germany to decide his future, as he was discouraged from taking up medicine as a career. Manu is sponsored by Rotary Club of Coimbatore West. Ratik will go to Germany. He wants to be a space technology expert. His father is P.S. Murthy and his mother is Priya. Rotary Coimbatore Club of Millennium will sponsor him. Rohan will go to Brazil. His father is Rotarian Suresh and mother is Assistant Governor Rotarian Pamela Suresh. Rohan will be sponsored by Rotary Club of Coimbatore Monarchs. Sukeshita is one of the 2 girls who are participating in the RYE program from Kerala. She is going to upstate New York, USA. Her father is Rotarian Kesava Dev and mother is Rotary and Sunita Devi. She will be sponsored by Rotary Club of Oliver Cody. Ratik will go to Germany. He wants to be a space technology expert. His father is P.S. Murthy and his mother is Priya. Dhanwant wants to be a Formula 1 driver. So, he will go to Germany to explore the Autobahn. His parents are immediate past president Rotarian Kribakaran and Rotary and Rajeshwari. He is sponsored by Rotary Club of Coimbatore Cyber City. Veda is going to Brazil. Her father is Rotarian Venkatesh and mother is Rotarian Vani. She will be sponsored by Rotary Club of Cochin Cosmos. Now we request District Governor nominee Rotarian Rajashekar to felicitate the rebounds and outbounds.